If you fail to do that, God help you.
I mean, you don't. I think we will not remember the 1952 about women riot over tax. I think Africans have still not accepted 1929 about women riot on tax. Briefly, let's go to who are the voices? Is it the media? Is it the labor movement? Is it the Nigerians? We saw Nigerians spoke during the NSAS. Everybody came out. There was no particular leader. There was no group leading them. That was what happened in Kenya. That is why the president had to bow. If it was to be only the labor unions pushing or the students pushing, the president, oh no. This was just a faction of the society, not everybody. But NSAS, I was leaving the office that day for 9 hours. I couldn't move. I had to park my car by a filling station to go home with Okada. So that is the people. The people are speaking. So at what level should we say the people have spoken and presently listening? The revolution in France, for example, in 1789, it was the people spoke. In Kenya, the people spoke. Where would the people speak in Nigeria?
Ruto said the protest was hijacked by criminal elements. That's what their first response. Unmeasured. When those around them will whisper to the leaders, don't mind them. Some few disgruntled elements. The people are still behind. They give
apologies. Their opposition apologies.
Intelligence and wrong information. So Ruto said it's just a few disgruntled persons that was his first reaction. But he didn't. And when I saw the crowd on the street, hundreds of thousands of youth in several cities, I said, that means every Kenyan is a criminal. The president apparently misjudged the situation. When he realized that it's not a few criminals, but Kenyans speaking, and he said, I'm your president. Kenyans have spoken. I will listen to you. So he realized quick enough because his job was on the line. If he hadn't,
they started calling for his resignation.
Yes, if he hadn't considered, perhaps the protest would have continued, and who knows what will happen.
And don't forget, when he came in, immediately he came in. This same protest, was being led by the opposition leader Raila Odinga. You know, until he became interested in becoming the African Union Commission Secretary General. You know, he's Secretary General or President. You know,
they cut a deal.
Yes, they cut a deal. He now pulled back from those protests and all of that, and then the youth now took over, seized it. You know, so that you could not even, by the time the youth took over, to say, look, it is politically, because the first protests were obviously the fact that they were led by an opposition leader, they were seen as opposition, you know, funded and all of that. And these are some of the issues we need to also look at in Nigeria. Don't forget, when Shehu Sani had he told the president that you funded us when we were you know,
save Nigeria, save 2012, save Nigeria movement.
So he didn't tell him he funded the
yes.
He did. He put his
you saw the stage in Lagos now.
Yes. He said, I just wanted to emphasize that.
Yeah, he said you funded. You know, so these youths that learn from you. So you should pardon them and all. But again, a protest without leadership has the tendency of going the way NSAS went, has the tendency of even going the way what happened in Kenya, you know, eventually, when it's just that they had a leader who was ready to lead. Don't forget, his first reaction was deploy the military. I'm going to, anybody that comes out now, I'm going to crush him and all of that. But it was when he was addressing the media, you know, the reality now sank in him, and then he had to.
But I think African leaders are seeing what's happening in Kenya, Amechi, and we have lessons to be learned, as Steve has said. You see, the French Revolution 1789 marked the beginning of so many good things in Europe. The Frenchman, the turnaround not only for the Frenchman, but for the Swiss man and for the German and others. That is why you have a kind of uniform development in Europe. So when do we see, somebody was saying a while ago that we want a revolution but a peaceful one. Let people just walk and sit on the street, leave their homes. Don't carry arms. Don't carry arms. Don't carry sticks. Just go, sit down, leave your house, carry your bed, stay on the road and sleep. I'm waiting. Let's see if the president has a conscience or the leaders have conscience. Like someone will say, the president's life is more important than the ordinary Nigerian. Yes, he's our president. We will do everything to protect him, but not to the detriment of hungry Nigerians.
Amechi, what happened in Kenya was such that there's a story of a policeman whose sibling or child was also involved in the protest. He lost his life. One of those 23 or 25 people that died. The policeman. The sibling that was involved in that.
The relative of the policeman died.
Because of that, he's resigning from the Kenyan police force, you know, and all. So what does he say? The same issue of the kind of intelligence the president, the governor will get, you know, and all of that. some of these things are cooked up, you know, and presented in a way and manner. Yeah, you have to in a way and manner that does not serve public interest. And you don't know who is there on the street. Yeah, you don't know who is there on the street. It could be the son, it could be the daughter, a relation, you know, of any of those people in government or any of those, you know, and they can be affected in any way or manner. But we don't promote violence.
No.
Definitely, you know, we are against it. And just like we're saying, if people go and occupy, like what we saw with the fuel subsidy in 2012.
It was organized.
It was organized. Yeah, organized. Nobody
was there any deaths?
No, we can't recall that.
It was peaceful in Kaduna. It was peaceful in Lagos. It was peaceful in
Bauchi, where I covered at the time. You know, just occupy. By the time it's grounded, the government knows.
Like you said, lessons for our leaders. Since President Bola Tinubu came in, there have been taxes everywhere. In fact, regulatory agencies, I dare say, have abandoned, just like I was talking about the downstream and midstream regulatory authority yesterday, that abandoned their main responsibility and are chasing where the money is. Follow the money. Licenses, and you collect whatever there is. Almost all our regulatory agency has turned to revenue generating agency. I spoke with some Federal Road Service officials on the road, and they told me that they are giving targets on the revenue that are to make per day. So you see the desire, you see the pressure on them